My child, stop what you're doing and listen, for I need to deliver to you with great urgency. Heaven has been whispering your name, but now the whisper has turned into a call that cannot wait. The hour is shifting, and I will not allow you to sleep through what I am about to release. What I speak now is not distant prophecy, it is divine immediacy. The winds of change are already moving, and I am summoning your heart to awaken, to rise, to hear every word I speak. This message is not for tomorrow, it is for now. Can you feel it? That trembling deep within your soul? That quiet restlessness that refuses to let you settle? It is not confusion, my beloved, but calling. I am stirring your spirit because heaven has begun to move, and the sound of its awakening is echoing within you. For too long you have tried to silence that ache with distraction and noise, but it grows louder still, for it is my voice beneath your thoughts, whispering, "Come close, I am speaking." The earth groans with birth pains, and so does your spirit, because you were made to discern the shifts of heaven. What you feel is not random, it is divine alignment. You stand at the edge of a moment that has been written before the foundation of the world, and now I am drawing you into it with great urgency. You have asked me, "Lord, why do I feel unsettled when nothing seems wrong?" And I tell you, it is because my wind has begun to move, and when I move, everything dormant begins to tremble. The things that once satisfied you will no longer fill you, because I am calling you into deeper waters. The familiar places that once felt safe now feel small, because you were never meant to remain there. This stirring within you is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. I am removing your comfort so that you will seek my presence, not out of routine, but out of hunger. You have prayed for me to draw nearer, and I have come, not as a gentle breeze, but as a holy wind that shakes everything not rooted in me. I am stirring your heart because I am preparing you for movement, for divine instruction, for a season that cannot be met with yesterday's faith. You sense the urgency because the heavens are shifting in your favor, but also in warning, for time is precious, and what I am about to do will not wait for hesitation. Do you not know that I have heard your prayers? That I have counted every sigh, every tear, every weary night you thought I ignored? You asked me to use you, to make your life matter, and now I am answering. This stirring is the first sign that I have begun to awaken what I placed within you long ago. I am awakening gifts that have slept, courage that has been buried, and dreams that were covered by fear. You are feeling the pulse of heaven because you are meant to walk in step with it. So do not resist this stirring, my child. Do not call it chaos when it is my hand at work. Let your spirit lean into me. Let your ears be trained to my whisper. The heavens are declaring that your time has come, and I am speaking now, not from a distance, but from within you. The stirring in your heart is not the beginning of confusion. It is the announcement of destiny. You have heard me. Now, rise and listen, for I am not done speaking. You have been watching the clock, counting days, measuring progress, and feeling as though time has somehow slipped through your fingers. But I tell you, time has never ruled over you. I am the keeper of time, and I hold every breath, every heartbeat, every second of your existence in my hands. You see time as something fleeting, something to chase or control, but I see it as a canvas upon which I am painting the masterpiece of your life. What you call delay, I call design. What you call lost years, I call preparation. You think time is passing you by, but time itself is serving you. Every moment is working toward the purpose I placed within you. The urgency you feel is not meant to overwhelm you, but to awaken you to the eternal within the temporary. For too long you have lived reacting to the ticking of the clock, fearing that you are too late, that your moment has passed. But I say to you now, Your moment is being born. You are not behind. You are right on schedule, because I am not late, and I have never been early. I want you to understand that I am not bound by the calendars you set. My promises are not measured by deadlines but by readiness. When you think I am taking too long, I am actually preparing the ground beneath your feet, ensuring that when I release you into your purpose, you will be able to stand. Every waiting season hath been sacred. The frustration, the pauses, the doors that wouldn't open, they were not punishment, they were preservation. I have kept you hidden not to deny you, but to strengthen you. If I had released you too soon, the weight of the calling would have crushed you. So now, as you feel this urgency rising within, understand that it is not meant to drive you into panic, but into alignment. You are feeling the quickening of heaven's rhythm. I am synchronizing your spirit with my timing. You must no longer waste your time on what does not build your spirit. Every distraction is a thief of destiny. The moments you spend in fear, regret, or comparison rob you of the strength needed for the season ahead. I am teaching you now to value time the way I do, not by how much you have, but by how deeply you live in me. When your heart beats in rhythm with mine, even one day becomes eternal. So listen, this urgency is not to rush you but to call you to purpose. Step away from the noise, from the illusion of wasted years, and see that I have been weaving redemption into your timeline. Every delay, every detour, every tear hath been an investment in divine timing. I have not forgotten what I promised you, and time itself will bear witness that my word never returns void. I heard you. Every whisper, every word you thought dissolved into the darkness. Every time you said, "Do you still see me?" I did. You have cried in places where no one knew your pain, yet your tears have become prayers that reached my throne. Not one has fallen unnoticed. You may have thought silence meant absence, but I was there in every quiet moment, collecting every tear, translating every sigh into language heaven understands. You have felt like your prayers bounced back unanswered, but they were stored, gathered, and are now being poured back into your life as strength. I am not deaf to your ache, nor am I indifferent to your longing. You have been misunderstood, even by those closest to you, but I understood you perfectly. You have carried burdens too heavy for words, but I have carried you. You have said, "Lord, I can't hold on much longer," and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still searching for me. That is not your strength, that is mine sustaining you. You thought you were forgotten, but I was working in silence, reshaping you into someone who can hold the answers you've prayed for. Sometimes my love looks like stillness because I am doing the work beneath what your eyes can see. I was answering prayers by changing you first, deepening your roots, purifying your motives, softening your heart. You thought I wasn't listening, but I was preparing you for something greater than your request. The very ache that made you question me has become the altar upon which I am revealing myself. I know the nights that seemed endless, the days when you smiled while breaking inside. I saw when you tried to worship while your heart was weary. You thought your faith was small, but it was beautiful to me, a flickering flame that refused to die out in the darkness. I have come now to breathe upon that flame again. You will not be the same after this. What once wounded you will soon become the source of healing for others. Your cry has reached me, and I am not delaying any longer. You asked me to speak. I am speaking now. You asked me to move. I am already moving. You will see the purpose of every tear. For what you sowed in sorrow, you will reap in joy. I have heard you, my beloved, and now I will act. You have waited so long that you began to wonder if I changed my mind about you. You have watched others move forward while you stood still, praying, hoping, believing, and then questioning if you misheard me. But I tell you, every delay has been a divine shield. You were never forgotten. You were being refined. I have been silent not because I withdrew, but because I was building in you the strength to carry what is coming. If I had answered every prayer when you wanted me to, the very thing you asked for might have destroyed you. I was not denying you. I was developing you. What you called nothing happening was actually me protecting you from premature exposure. I saw your frustration. I heard the voice of your disappointment whisper, "Maybe it's not meant to be." But in the unseen realm, I was aligning circumstances, preparing hearts, opening doors, and dismantling traps set by the enemy. What you thought was a closed heaven was me orchestrating a divine sequence. You were praying for breakthrough, but I was preparing the vessel, you. I know waiting wears the soul thin. I know it bruises hope and tests faith. But faith that has not been tested cannot carry glory. So I let you walk through seasons where nothing made sense, because I was teaching you to trust what you could not see. Every unanswered prayer was an invitation to deeper faith, every pause a training ground for greater purpose. Now hear me. The delay has expired. The time of waiting has accomplished its work. You are stepping into the fulfillment of what I whispered to you long ago. Do not mourn the years that seemed wasted. Nothing was lost. I redeemed time. Every lesson, every pain, every tear has been gathered into the harvest I am about to release. You will soon understand why I said not yet. What you thought was me withholding was actually me holding everything together until the appointed time. And now, the time has come. You will see my faithfulness unfold in such a way that it will silence every doubt. Trust me, the delay was not denial. It was my mercy, preparing you for abundance that won't fade. Feel the quake beneath you. The ground of your life is shifting because I am moving in power. You have sensed it. The things you held onto are trembling. The safe walls you built are cracking. The familiar ground is giving way. Do not recoil at this shaking, for it is my mercy working in your midst. I shake not to abandon, but to awaken. I shatter not to harm, but to set free. You have cherished comforts and patterns that once seemed solid, but I see that they no longer serve the destiny I have planned for you. The shaking is not a sign of collapse. It is the sign of transformation, the birth pangs of a new creation. As you felt comfort fade, I was revealing that you were not made for comfort alone. You were made for purpose. And in the shaking, I am breaking what cannot stand so that you will stand on me, the unshakable foundation. I know you have looked around and wondered, Lord, why is everything changing? You feared loss. You dreaded uncertainty. You held tight to what you thought was safe. But hear me now. What is falling away is not you being forsaken. It is you being freed. I am removing the weights that slowed you, the relationships that hinder you, the systems that limit you. You have been held back by things you believed were blessings, when in truth they were burdens. I am teaching you to build not on sand but on rock. You must no longer anchor your identity in fleeting things, but in me. Because when I shake the world around you, you will need a place that cannot go with the shaking. So I become your place. My presence becomes your security, my voice your direction, my promise your ground. Let this shaking draw you closer to me. Don't resist the trembling, lean into it. In the shaking I am revealing hidden idols, silent fears, words you haven't spoken, wounds you haven't healed. I call you into the deeper place where you will learn to trust me even when the earth beneath you trembles. There you will discover that I am holding you, even in the quake. And when the dust settles, you will find you are not in ruins, but in a new place I have built. A built-up you, refined and ready. The shaking has its purpose, to awaken your dependence on me, to strip away what is not eternal, to route your faith into the channel of my unending strength. So do not fear the tremor, for it is the catalyst of your elevation. I will lead you, and you will walk into a season of unshakable peace because you chose to stand with me in the shake. Awake from the drift of distraction. I am calling you into clarity, into purpose, into the intimate place of holiness where you will fully see me. You have wandered through the noise of this world, allowing your vision to blur, following many voices, chasing many dreams, and yet your heart cried for one thing, me. I have watched you lose yourself in the swirl of tasks and troubles, slip quietly into patterns that comforted but never satisfied. Now I say to you, draw near. Set aside the aimless pursuits, the flickering lights that call to you from the margin, and fix your eyes on what is eternal. Holiness is not distant. It is you alive in me, undefiled, directed, fixed. As your God, I long to speak with you, to guide you, to empower you, but you must choose focus. Every distraction you tolerate weakens the connection you share with me. Every time you drift away in a low moment, I wait, not chaotically, but patiently, for your turn back. You are invited into something deeper, to live fully with me, holy because I am holy, free because I am free. Your mind and your heart are the battlegrounds. I am asking you to cleanse your thoughts, to unchain your attention from that which fragments your soul. This world will shout for your gaze, but I whisper for your soul. Will you listen? I am not a distant deity. I am your shepherd, your friend, your healer. I call you by name out of the crowd of what distracts you. In the quiet I am reshaping you. In the stillness I am refining you. And when your focus aligns with me, you will not only hear my voice, you will respond with power, authority, clarity. So stand with resolve, my beloved. Let holiness be your path and focus your tool. Reject the creeping compromise, the half-hearted devotion, the divided desire. Let your yes be full. Let your heart clear the clutter so you can see me. The urgency you feel is my invitation. Come near now. Do not hesitate. Walk out of the shadow of distraction and into my presence where your clarity will be birthed. And as you do, know that I walk with you, guiding your steps, illuminating your path, drawing you ever deeper into the good I have for you. Hear this. There lies within you a sacred assignment, concealed beneath years of doubt and concealment, waiting to be uncovered. And I am ready to reveal it. You may have believed that God's work was only for others, that you were too ordinary, too scarred, too hidden. But I placed the assignment in you before you ever knew your name. In the quiet corners of your life, when you thought nothing was happening, I was depositing purpose, shaping your heart, forming your character, preparing you for the moment you now stand on the threshold of. A seed has not been discarded. It hath been guarded, nurtured, and is now ready to bloom. You are not too late. You are not too small. You are precisely where you need to be to receive this calling. This assignment hath been hidden, not to frustrate you, but to protect you. I have watched your heart carry the weight of this secret longing, your spirit ache with I know I'm meant for something more. And that ache was my whisper beneath your fear. It was the signal of the assignment stirring. Now the time has come for the unveiling. I will not always call you to a grand stage. Sometimes the assignment is in the quiet word, the gentle touch, the consistent faithfulness when no one is watching. Yet every subtle act is part of my grand design. So do not despise the small beginnings you have known, for they have been the proving ground for what I now entrust to you. You must now position yourself to receive. Remove the distractions, the shame, the old narratives that told you you're not enough. I say to you, you are chosen, equipped, and sent. I am the God who does not waste moments, and I have fashioned you for this hour. The hidden assignment will no longer stay hidden. It shall rise in power and purpose. Others will look and say, "We never saw this coming, but I saw you. I formed you. I trusted you. And now I release you." Your life is not an accident. It is a calling. Let the urgency within you carry you into that call. The assignment is real. It is now, and I walk with you into its unfolding. You have felt it lately, that gentle pulling away from certain people, places, and patterns that once felt like home. Do not fear the distance. It is not rejection but redirection. I am leading you into a new dimension of purpose, and not everyone can walk with you there. There are seasons where I call you to walk with many, and there are seasons where I call you to walk with me alone. This is such a season. You have tried to hold on to old connections out of loyalty, out of love, out of fear of being misunderstood. But I tell you, the path ahead requires less weight. Not all who began with you were meant to finish with you. Some are assignments completed, not relationships abandoned. The discomfort you feel when you try to stay where I am no longer moving is my spirit urging you forward. You cannot bring everyone where I am taking you, for the anointing I am placing upon you requires solitude. There will be nights when you question why I removed certain voices from your life, why I closed doors you thought were answers to prayer. But I see what you cannot. I see the motives behind smiles, the intentions behind advice, the spiritual atmosphere behind opportunity. I separate not to isolate you, but to sanctify you. There are seasons when I hide you so that the noise of the crowd does not drown out my voice. I am not taking from you. I am making room for what is next. Every separation I ordain carries purpose. Even loneliness, when offered to me, becomes holy. You will discover that solitude is not emptiness. It is where I fill you. So, when you feel misunderstood, when others cannot comprehend why you must move differently, remember, obedience is rarely applauded in its beginning. You are not walking away in pride. You are walking forward in obedience. The separation of paths does not mean you have failed. It means you are being prepared. Trust the pruning, even when it feels painful. I prune not to punish, but to produce fruit that remains. In this next season, you will learn the beauty of walking in step with my spirit, even when the path feels lonely. And when you have learned to walk with me in the quiet, I will surround you again. This time with those who share your fire, not just your past. Every miracle you've prayed for begins with a single act of obedience. You ask me to move mountains, yet often I wait for you to take the first step of faith. I do not require perfection. I require surrender. When I speak, I do not test your ability to perform. I test your willingness to trust. Obedience opens what prayer alone cannot. You have wondered why certain doors have remained closed even after you prayed fervently. The reason is simple. Some doors do not respond to words. They respond to movement. The moment you obey, heaven begins to shift. You do not need to understand every instruction. Just take the step I show you. Faith is not built in the explanation but in the execution. I know obedience is hard when you cannot see the outcome. You fear losing control, being wrong, being hurt. But my voice will never lead you into destruction, only into destiny. Every act of obedience, even the smallest one, creates a ripple in eternity. When you forgive when it's hardest, when you give what you think you cannot afford, when you love when it feels undeserved, these are not random acts. They are seeds that call my presence closer. You say, "Lord, I want more of you." And I say, "Then trust me with your yes." Obedience is the language of love. You show me your love not by how loudly you worship, but by how quickly you respond when I whisper. You must also understand that delayed obedience is disobedience. When I speak, time is sacred. Each instruction carries divine timing. If you hesitate, you may miss not my love, but my moment. Do not fear getting it wrong. Fear standing still when I have called you to move. I am not asking you to have all the answers. I am asking you to walk with me, step by step, trusting that every yes draws you deeper into purpose. You have waited for me to act, but heaven hath been waiting for your obedience. When you move, I move. When you say yes, I release. So rise, it is time to act on what I've already spoken. The power is in your obedience. Everything I have said to you, every stirring, every correction, every call to deeper places, all of it flows from love. My urgency is not to push you in fear, but to pull you in love. You must understand this. I am not rushing you because I am angry. I am rescuing you because I am love. You have misunderstood urgency as pressure, but it is passion. The heartbeat of heaven calling you back into wholeness. Love is the fire behind every word I speak. I am not after your performance. I am after your heart. You cannot outrun my love, nor can you disqualify yourself from it. It is relentless, pursuing you even when you resist, patient even when you wander. I have watched you pour yourself into things that drain you, trying to earn love that was already yours. I am calling you to stop striving and start resting in what I already gave. The urgency of my love is this. Time is short, and too many live as though I am distant, when I am closer than breath. I want you to know me not as a faraway God, but as the one who walks beside you, weeps with you, rejoices over you. Love is the power that transforms, heals, and restores, but you must let it in. Let go of shame. It has no place in a heart I have claimed. The urgency you feel in your spirit is my desire to free you from what love never built. The world will try to tell you love is weakness, but I tell you, love is the greatest strength in existence. It breaks chains, softens hearts, restores families, and resurrects what the world says is dead. You have asked for revival. Revival begins with love. My love in you will move mountains, silence fear, and ignite purpose. So, let my urgency awaken you, not in panic, but in passion. Love must move now. Give quickly. Speak kindly. Give freely. Lying boldly. For the time is short, and the world needs to see what my love looks like through you. The urgency of this hour is love, because love is the only thing that lasts forever. Can you feel it? That weight in your spirit that is not your own. The sudden heaviness that visits you when you think of someone. The ache that moves you to tears though nothing has happened to you personally. That is my spirit awakening the intercessor within you. You are sensing the heartbeat of heaven for others. You are being invited into the sacred work of standing in the gap. I have placed in you a sensitivity to what burdens my heart. Do not dismiss it as mere emotion. When you feel that heaviness, it is not to break you. It is to partner with me in releasing breakthrough. I am calling you to pray not only for yourself, but for others who cannot yet lift their heads. When you pray for them, chains begin to loosen in places you will never see with your eyes. You are part of something greater than you imagine, a divine network of hearts that move the unseen. You have said, Lord, why does this burden not leave me? Because it was never meant to be dropped. It was meant to be prayed through. The intercessor carries both pain and promise, weeping for what will soon become joy. I am training you to sense what I sense, the cries of the lost, the despair of the weary, the battles fought in secret. Every time you stand in prayer for someone else, you touch eternity. You may never know the full impact of your prayers, but heaven does. You will see people transformed, nations shifted, doors opened, and souls redeemed because you dared to whisper their name before me. This calling is not glamorous, but it is powerful. When you pray, you align the earth with heaven's decree. Do not underestimate your prayers. Even your sighs, your wordless groans, are precious to me, for my Spirit intercedes through you with power beyond understanding. You have been entrusted with the privilege of changing outcomes, not by strength, but by surrender. I am raising up a generation that will pray with fire again, that will cry out until the heavens open and my glory fills the earth. You are one of them. So, when the burden comes, do not run from it. Carry it to me. Stand in the gap until the weight lifts, for when it does, victory has been released. This is the hour of intercession, and I have chosen you to stand between heaven and earth as my voice, my vessel, my warrior of compassion. Do you sense it? The rising pressure in the spirit, the anticipation that feels like thunder building before the rain. The drought is ending. I am sending an outpouring, not a drizzle, but a flood of my presence that will saturate dry hearts and awaken what was lifeless. You have prayed for revival, and now I say to you, prepare, for it is coming, and it will begin with you. I am not pouring out my Spirit only upon crowds, but upon individual hearts that have been broken open in surrender. You will see it in your home, in your workplace, in your family. Where there was despair, there will be hope. Where there was confusion, there will be revelation. I am not sending visitation. I am releasing habitation. I will dwell among those who make room for me. This outpouring will not look like what you've seen before. It will break traditions, cross boundaries, and flow through unexpected vessels. Those the world overlooked, I will raise up. The quiet ones, the weary ones, the forgotten ones, they will burn with my fire. I will pour my Spirit on sons and daughters, on young and old, on those who feel unworthy and those who thought their time was past. The outpouring will come through purity, humility, and hunger, not performance. I am not looking for polished altars. I am looking for open hearts. I will visit living rooms and hospital beds, prisons and streets. Miracles will not be confined to pulpits, for I will pour out upon the ordinary until the extraordinary becomes normal. You must prepare now. Clean the altar of your heart. Release bitterness, fear, and doubt, for they cannot contain what I am sending. The outpouring is both power and purity. It will expose and heal, shake and restore. Do not fear the intensity. It is my glory, and it is coming closer. I am rekindling first love in those who grew weary. I am awakening prophets, reviving worshipers, and calling prodigals home. What you are about to witness will not be manufactured. It will be unmistakably divine. You will say, surely, the Lord has done this. Get ready, my child, for the rain of my presence is near, and when it falls, everything dry will live again. The waiting is over. The stirring you felt, the urgency that has pressed upon your heart, this is the moment it all converges. The hour is now. No more hesitation, no more delay. I am releasing you into the fullness of your calling. You have been refined by fire, shaped by patience, strengthened in silence. You have learned to trust me in both the storm and the stillness, and now I say, rise. The world you see is trembling because creation itself is groaning for the sons and daughters of light to stand. You are not insignificant. You are essential. The gifts within you were not given for comfort, but for commission. The time for preparation has passed. This is the time for action. I have poured into you wisdom through waiting, courage through pain, and discernment through disappointment. Now I am calling you to move with divine confidence. Do not look for another sign. Your obedience is the sign. Step out in faith and watch what unfolds. You will speak and see hearts changed. You will pray and see chains break. You will walk into places of darkness and watch them fill with light. You are my messenger, my representative, my child, and I have entrusted you with this moment in history. Do not underestimate the weight of your yes. It carries heaven's authority. When you move, angels move. When you speak, the atmosphere shifts. Do not delay what I have placed in your spirit. The hour is not coming. It has come. What you carry must be released. Words, visions, songs, prayers, acts of compassion. Every part of you has been trained for this. Do not say, I am not ready, for I have made you ready. You will not go alone. I go before you, beside you, and within you. My Spirit will guide your steps and multiply your efforts. So, stand boldly, my beloved. The time is now. The world is waiting, heaven is watching, and I'm with you. Move with me, for the hour of divine urgency is here, and it is yours to fulfill. Amen.